So this is a video response for Shafe. Good looking out, my brother. Olympian outrage. I thought of that as a bit of a play on words. Like, how is the outrage at an Olympic level? You know, like the White Star Line ships, the Olympic, the Titanic, the Britannic. So the Olympic outrage. I don't know what to make of all of it. As you said, it seemed like 4 to 6 years ago, the right wing, we'll call Republicans right in this case, we're all making fun of how the woke would be outraged and screaming about things. But now here we are, and both sides essentially seem to be doing it. It's a strange scenario. And I think perhaps it has to do with the situation being we're two sides of the same coin. We're still Americans trying to accomplish a certain thing in the end, going about it in a very different way. If you've ever had an experience like I have, and you've talked to a person, a left-wing, say liberal, very progressive person in depth about, say, the gun control issue, and you find out the things that go through these people's minds with their outrage and why they're against certain things. And they're like, oh man, if I had a gun in that instance, I would have just shot up the place. I don't imagine those things in my mind. So are those the things going through that person's mind? And as a result, they figure the shit that's going through their mind is the things that are going through the minds of everyone else, because we don't know what another person is thinking. All we have is our own personal references. Bear with me, I'm going somewhere with this. So take those examples where they show that picture and it looks like something perverted, but when you really take a moment to look at it, it's a couple of boulders with a pine tree in the middle of it and shit. So it is too maybe with this opening ceremony. Does it have some sort of a strange duality that when a Republican right-wing so-called conservative looks at it, they're imagining all this weird shit that's going through their pornographic mind, you know? It is ironic, and it's fascinating, and you can't get, if there ever was, you can't get a straight beat on it from the news because everyone has their slant. You take Fox News and they'll clip everything up to make it look like a very certain thing. And man, you take the Daily Show on Comedy Central, I don't know if you've watched it or not, when they start clipping together the right-wing outrage stuff, it's fascinating. And I know you've seen it, where they take the little clips and they're actually repeating the same talking points all the way across the board, all these different hosts. And the Daily Show really shows the right wing becoming the mamby-pamby babies that they criticized before. When going back to when there was a football player that talked at a graduating Christian college, it's really interesting. And then they show the counterpoint of where the outrage supposedly came from, and then it shows it as all being manufactured. Is this a purposeful thing to get the audience to engage, or is it just by default? I really don't know. And I also, where in all of this are the moderates? Where are the independents? Who is thinking for themselves? What happened with, say, Kamala Harris that nobody seemed to like? Now all of a sudden we only focus on the good, completely neglecting the wrong. It drives me up a wall in a political season. I guess what I'm trying to ramble upon. Great video. Like you said, not much going on that we seem to be inspired to take a video, but let's kick something off, my brother. Take it easy.